Hello there, Dougo, your Success Accelerator, with another tip today, showing you how to flip your switch for success to enjoy more money, vibrant health, and satisfying relationships. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, one of the best skills that you can cultivate and develop is the skill and the art of listening. You see, if you spend more time asking appropriate questions rather than giving answers or opinions, well, yes, your listening skills will increase. Thank you, Brian. And the thing about that too is so many people are such poor listeners that when you come across someone that really pays attention to you and listens to you, and when you felt heard and understood, well, then that person has a huge leg up on anyone else. So regardless of whether this is a sales or business time, or if that is a situation, whether it's like a personal relationship, you need and you want to develop and master the art of listening. If you're having trouble listening, it's because you're preoccupied and you're not listening. You're doing everything else except doing what you need to be doing. So put down your darn phone, quit Twittering and Facebooking and texting, and pay attention to that live human being that's right there across from you. Or you're wanting to be interesting instead of interested. That's a great one. If you'll remember that, that'll serve you a long way. Someone that's wanting to be interesting is always thinking about what they're going to say or how they're going to say it, and they're not listening. They're missing out on what the person is saying. So seek to be interested instead of interesting. Because, if you're trying to be interesting, well, while they're talking, you're preparing your rebuttal. Or you're listening to your personal beliefs about whatever that content is that's being said. And at the same time, if you're having trouble listening, you're evaluating and making judgments about the speaker. Oh, that their haircut looks funny, or that message that they're giving me is blah, 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 right? And here's the worst one. Instead of asking for clarification when you know you don't understand what they're saying, most people, they don't want to look bad, so they pretend that they understand. So another thing that you have to learn how to do is don't respond to just the meaning of the words, all right? A truly excellent listener is going to be looking for the feeling and the intent beyond the words, behind the words. So you want to look and start to feel how the feeling comes across as they're talking. And restrain your impulse to immediately answer questions. All right? There'll be a time to get into that, but during the listening phase, when you're listening and gathering information, remember to be empathetic and non-judgmental. And if you're confused, tell the person you don't understand and ask them, could you say that another way? I'm not quite clear about what it is that you're saying, and I want to make sure I get this. And then once and only once you accurately understand the sender's message, then you can respond with your own message. So here are some tips to help you do that. First and foremost, pay attention. Give the speaker your undivided attention and acknowledge the message. And while they're speaking, look directly at the speaker and put aside distracting thoughts. And as we already said, don't be mentally preparing your rebuttal. And avoid being distracted by the environment. This is a huge one. And especially since I'm a guy, I'm just going to address the guys. If you're speaking with a lady, well, anybody, all right? But particularly the lady in your life, put down the book, put down the paper, put down your phone, stop texting, look them in the eye, and give them your 100% undivided attention. So and avoid looking at your watch. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, I don't have time for this conversation. What time is it? You're interrupting me. And or other people or other things going on, right? So pay attention. Show them that you're listening. Use eye contact and what we call listening body language. Face the speaker, lean forward toward the speaker, nod your head as appropriate, smile, and use other facial expressions so they'll know you're listening. Encourage them with, yeah, fantastic, excellent. Make sure your posture is open and inviting, and that be careful that your arms aren't crossed or that you're appearing, that you're closing yourself off or being critical. And really, as I said earlier, listen to the speaker's body language, because often what's not said is also speaking very loudly to you when you'll learn to pay attention to that. Make sure you give the speaker feedback, because listen, your filters, your assumptions, your judgments, your beliefs can and do distort what you hear. And remember, as a listener, your role is to understand what's being said, feedback what is being said to them, and ask the speaker questions. Great ways of doing that are, so just a moment, so what I'm hearing you say is, and then you feed it back what you heard, and then they have a chance to correct you or say, yeah, that's right. So what I'm hearing is, or, it sounds to me like what you're saying is this. And you can also ask questions. I do this all the time. So when what do you mean when you say this? Or when you say this, is this what you mean? And finally, summarize the speaker's comments from time to time. So far, what I've heard you say is this, and this. And frankly, this works wonders, whether this is a personal, relational conversation or during business negotiations and business conversations. Finally, also, defer judgment. Remember, interrupting people while they're speaking, it wastes your time, wastes their time, it gets them frustrated, and it limits your ability to understand the whole message. Always, always, always allow the other person to finish, and don't be interrupting with your counter arguments. You can come back later and have a discussion, but this is just a waste of time. And then after all of that, then it's time for you to respond. And you can respond appropriately. Remember, active listening shows respect and understanding as you're gaining information and perspective. And you want to learn how to gain information, because information, knowledge, is, as you've heard, is power. And applied knowledge is even more powerful. And so if you're interrupting, if you're giving your opinions and stuff without fully understanding the person, you're losing power. Always be candid, open, and honest in your responses to people. And if you've got opinions that are different, well, assert them. Do it respectfully. Remember, the golden rule applies. Do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. And remember, you add nothing by attacking that speaker or otherwise putting them down. And I'm going to leave you with the thought today. I know you believe you understand what you think I said, but I'm not sure you realize that what you heard is not what I meant. Robert McCloskey. And how true is that in most cases? Listen, you need to master the art of listening in order to become successful. This one tip alone will help accelerate your success to levels you may not have ever dreamed possible for you to attain. When you learn how to listen, truly hear, and understand other people, they will think you are amazing, because so few people do it. All right, so I'm looking forward to hearing all about your experiences and to see your success. This is Doug O. I'll be talking with you real soon.